Hi, it's Sarah here. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great day today. I received an email this morning and it was saying that they were going to make a film about Yeshua, Jesus, being gay, and they were trying to petition people to stop this. Now, I remembered receiving the same email about 4 or 5 years ago, so I knew it was a hoax, but it just got me thinking. And while I was thinking, he came in and gave me his answer. And I will tell you what he said at the end. But I just want to point out a few things first. So first of all, if you have a strong aversion to something, because in this email they were saying how disgusting it was and they were trying to stop it. But if you have a strong aversion to something, if you're very anti something, it is very, very likely that you have had this experience, been that, done that in another lifetime, and you need to forgive yourself for it. So just to give you an example of this, I don't like cruelty to animals, and upsets me a bit when I see it or hear it, etc. But I used to have a really, really strong reaction to whaling. I used to want to go out there and destroy the ships and that kind of thing. And then I found out that I have had a lifetime as an Eskimo. And in this lifetime as an Eskimo, I killed whales because it was what we had to eat, and we used their blubber as oil and that kind of thing. So once I forgave myself for killing whales, then that strong reaction stopped. I'm not a fan of whaling. I wish it was banned, but I don't want to go out there and destroy the ships anymore. So if you have a strong aversion to something, you're very anti something, look at that and just say, okay, the chances are I've had that in another lifetime and I need to forgive myself for it. And then forgive yourself and see what happens. Secondly, you are the soul inside the body. You have had many different experiences. In fact, you're having many different experiences right at this time. You exist in many different realities, in many different dimensions. You're having many different lifetimes all at the same time. And so you have had and you are having lifetimes where you have been straight, where you've been gay, where you've been ugly, beautiful, where you've been kind and loving, where you've been mean and nasty, where you've been intelligent, where you've been really not very intelligent at all. You've been there, done that, you've done everything, and everything is just an experience for your soul. So I listened to a channel done by Lee Carroll. He's a very famous channel, and in this channeling message he was saying that we have 10 lifetimes being a man and then 10 lifetimes being a woman. And then on that cusp, that 10th lifetime, we are gay. And that makes a lot of sense, because if you've had 10 lifetimes being a man, you've obviously got a lot, you'll have that strong masculine coming through lifetime after lifetime. So it makes sense on that cusp to then change so that you can bring in more feminine qualities for your to make it easier for your next lifetime, and vice versa. If you've had 10 lifetimes being feminine, it makes sense to bring in some more masculine butch qualities to make it easier for your change for your next lifetime as a man. So that's what that's what came through on the channel, and that actually makes a lot of sense. But even if that is not true, you will have had many lifetimes being straight and many lifetimes being gay. Thirdly, you are God. You are the divine inside this body. You're not just this body. And you developed this earth, this reality, for you to experience what your soul needed to experience. You wanted to forget you were God, and then you wanted to have experiences so you remembered you were God. So there are no wrong experiences. There are no sins. You didn't create something to punish yourself for. Okay, it's just purely our judgments that create this punishment. There's no wrong experiences, there's no bad experiences, and there are no sins. When the Jewish scholars found the information that they then made into the Torah and was made into the Bible, they had to interpret it as best they could. Who's to say that they got it right? And if you actually want to understand Jesus's take on sins, I suggest you read the book A Course in Miracles, which is a book that he came through as a channel and channeled a whole book. Okay, so in the book he's saying There's no need to punish yourself. There's no such things as what we see as sins isn't a sin, basically. So it's time to stop our judgments on things, and it's time to stop punishing ourselves too. Okay, so his message when he came through was, the first thing he said was, why wouldn't you make love to somebody you love? So I thought about that for a moment. I thought, yeah, completely agree, because love making is sacred. You know, in this day and age, we tend to use it as we tend to abuse love making, really. But love making is a sacred act of love, and it is a way of remembering your divinity. And the second thing he said was he was bisexual, and to see it from the highest divine perspective. So I thought about that, and I thought, yeah, well, times were different, things were different in that lifetime anyway. You know, there was no electricity. We obviously made love a lot more than we make love in this day and age, where we're busy and it tends to get put aside. Things were different then. And in our spines, at the base of our spines, we have a storage of energy called Kundalini energy. And when this energy is awakened, it helps you know your divinity. So you can see as a woman that a man could awaken your Kundalini energy by making love to you. But a man making love to a woman, it wouldn't really. But a man could awaken the Kundalini energy in another man by making love to them. So that's another thing, another way of looking at it from a highest divine perspective. And also, really from a highest divine perspective, it is two men who love each other making love to each other. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. It is not disgusting, as the email said. It is purely two people who love each other, and you know, that's beautiful. Okay, so I hope you have a fantastic day. Think about, you know, what does it mean to you? Try and see if you're having trouble with something. Try and see it from a highest divine perspective and change your judgment on it. Okay, much love and many blessings from my heart to yours.